Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome to the first weekly tech news. We're going to go over some cool tech, that will affect you on a daily basis or possibly in the future. Basically, we're going to pick out news articles. I'm going to pick out some of the best news articles that I find. It could be anything from new products coming out to new inventions, we'll see what we throw in the mix here. We'll hit on different topics, different, I don't know, because different topics, from like transportation, gaming, any kind of tech, computers, from phones, whatever. So we'll get into all kinds of stuff here, but stuff that you should want to know and keep up with, so you're up to date with all the tech, because I like to be up to date and talk to people about it. It's fun. It's fun to know technology and to be on the forefront of it, so that way you can make a good decision. Technology is a tool for you to use. So make sure you have a tool that could save you if you're using technology all day long, and you're looking for a new processor or whatever. You can save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and learn some stuff you don't know about. So that's the whole goal of this. Just keep up to date with new things coming out. So let's get into the first one here is the Xbox and PS5 chips from AMD. There's no delay on those. A lot of people were concerned, with COVID, manufacturing delays. There's a lot of manufacturing delays with a lot of stuff right now, but luckily there's no delay for the current gen chips that are going to be in the Xbox Series X and the PS5 that are going to come out in December. But they were saying that their next chips next year, they may have a delay for those. So, but it's really good that those are not going to be delayed for this holiday season. I would expect the PS5 and Xbox Series X to come out in December. So that's good. Good for AMD. That's really good for everybody that there's no delay for that. So, and we know that PS5 and everything's going to be is in production right now. Speaking of AMD, so the Big Navi, we're waiting. I'm personally waiting for Big Navi, to get a new graphics card in. The Big Navi graphics cards that we're all hoping that they will compete with in NVIDIA's RTX cards. It's supposed to have an element of ray tracing in there, which the AMD cards currently do not have. They were supposed to compete with this next generation of NVIDIA cards, but it looks like they may not exactly hit the mark. Now, AMD is usually a lot more affordable, so they're saying that the new Big Navi cards will be 15% more powerful than the RTX 2080 Ti's currently, which is a really good card, really powerful, and a lot more than what. And very few. I don't know how many people have the 2080 Ti's, but that's the highest end card right now. And even if AMD can come out with that with like half the price or something, that would be a steal. So I'm kind of looking at that level. So hopefully it'll hit the mark just for me, because like I've said in my PC build, as I just built the PC around a new graphics card. I currently just threw a 2080 or 2060, an RTX 2060 in there, which is a really good card. I only paid $300 for that, but the rest of the system is built around a future card. So I'm kind of waiting for that future card. So this battle right now is kind of for me, for my watch, and hopefully it speaks to you as well. But the RTX 3080s, Ti's and stuff like that are coming out, their next cards, are said to be higher than the Big Navi cards. And this, we've already seen, you can see this new design here for the RTX that kind of got leaked. So we'll kind of keep an eye on this battle. But for me personally, I'm running a 1340 by 1440p ultra wide monitor, and I would like to be able to run that at high settings for games. So this big Navi, hopefully, we may hit the mark for me. And if they're as affordable as their other cards, comparatively, it's going to be great. So we'll see. We'll see how that is. But you also have the NVIDIA where it's like, oh man, you still want that more powerful little edge. You don't have to worry about, not getting the best out of these next generation games. And comparing them to the Xbox and PS5, we'll see how they land. It's going to be interesting to see these new cards come out, and then the Xbox and PS5 come out. They're all going to have RDNA 2 in them. So we'll see how those compares, and the we haven't seen the ray tracing from AMD yet. So haven't seen their ray tracing technology yet. So it'll be interesting to see how that looks. So. All right, and then speaking of NVIDIA, they're reportedly looking to, they're looking to buy ARM. Looks like they're in advanced talks with ARM to purchase them for more than $32 billion. So it's going to be interesting. I think SoftBank has them now, and they just purchased them for $31 billion. But they're looking to get rid of ARM. And if you don't know what ARM is, it's usually it's kind of more for the next generation of tablets and processor chips. It's kind of I think it's kind of its own language. I'm still trying to learn about ARM. But I know there's new tablets and everything coming out. There's new Microsoft tablets that have come out that are ARM. However, the problem with ARM right now is that there has not been a lot of development for it. But the Apple has committed that their new products will be ARM products because ARM is a lot more energy efficient. I think it's like maybe 50% more energy efficient. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to learn all this too, but it's kind of just good to show you and to kind of get it out there. And then I will speak on what I know of. But some of these topics are just going to be leaks upon leaks. How it is. And then you don't know if a company leaks something or not. You just don't know. So it's interesting. But that would be a huge purchase. I think it would be the largest computer purchase ever. I think so, which is really cool. Pretty interesting. It would be interesting to see what NVIDIA does with that. Obviously since they are a GPU maker themselves, so we'll see what the CPU. I guess they're CPUs, ARM CPUs, I think. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, and if they do get purchased, what they will do with them. They would hold a considerable competitive edge in a lot of the market for computer components. Because there's only really two, AMD and NVIDIA are like the two huge companies for processor chips and graphics chips and things like that. And then you have Intel, for CPU, and then you have, geez, man, I can't even speak. You have AMD for GPUs or for CPUs as well. So it's interesting to see what they would do with this. So we'll see. Okay, doesn't this look cool? This is some cool images here. This is the electric Hummer that GMC is coming out with, and it's going to be pretty sweet. It looks pretty cool, at least. This looks like a prototype in one of their prototype facilities, but you can see, in producing it, you've got a front trunk there. That's one of the cool things about electric vehicles. Is that the batteries don't take up as much space, as an engine or anything like that. So the car is a lot more clean. You get more storage, but it looks pretty sweet. We'll see what the range and everything is of it, but all electric vehicles. A lot of vehicles, that's the newest thing in transportation is electric vehicles and automated vehicles. And man, that's going to be a huge deal. I mean, just imagine, the difference between America, when planes became big. I mean, it transformed America. Transportation is huge to a culture shift, and everything like that. Where it was, horse and buggy to, to trains, and then from trains to cars, and then, from cars to planes and everything like that, and high-speed trains. Just huge difference, culturally. Can you imagine people having autonomous vehicles and things like that, like things that Tesla are working on? And it's not only Tesla now. There's a huge competitive market for electric vehicles and car automated vehicles. Almost every major company is investing in this right now. And GMC is one of them. They're hugely investing in it, in technology and battery technology, and automotive, technology, autonomous driving technology. This is GMC building one of their new buildings. So this just came out as well. This is pictures of their building where they're going to build the battery cells. So they're building this building to build battery cells in this building. Hopefully I said that right. But the competition is crazy right now. Everyone is investing and spending a ton of money on cars, on electric vehicles for one. That's the future. Electric cars. You don't have one right now, but the chargers are being built all around. And you can now drive an electric car from one part of America, from one East Coast to West Coast, all across America now. You can drive an electric car. So it's rapidly changing, and when we see companies like GMC investing in it highly, it's going to change the game. So the competition is wild, but Tesla, still is the market leader. You can see five of their vehicles are in the top 8, in the market. So they're huge. It's huge right now. And I apologize for not having the exact specs of this, but I think this is sales or something like that. But you can see their vehicles are in the top 5 of their vehicles on the top 8, which is huge. They are definitely the market leader right now. They're like years ahead in battery tech and other technologies, automated technologies, from what I've heard. So, but you've got companies like GMC and Honda and all of them, and BMW and Mercedes, and they're throwing money at this. Chevy, all these companies are throwing money at in trying to grab this market share, and it's just going to absolutely transform transportation in America by far, and not only America but around the world. So it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes. So, okay, this is a cool project name, Viking Link. It's the world's largest subsea power cable at 475 miles long. This thing is going to basically, its job is to connect the renewable energy, the wind energy, solar energy, between UK and Denmark. They plan to do this throughout the European Union, throughout Europe. So it's going to be interesting. I don't really see why they're doing this. I guess just to connect the grids. That way they can all kind of be responsible for the same. It's kind of alarms me in the fact that, why wouldn't you want your country, if you don't like the person next to you or something, if you have that issue, what happens then with the renewable energy and this power cable and stuff like that. So it's a very expensive project and everything like that. I'm not exactly sure why you would want to do this. That does open you up to things in the future that you may not want to happen. So we'll see how that turns out. But look, apparently they're going to do this, as a renewable, as basically combining the renewable energy of Europe together. That's what it seemed like. Anyways, that's what the article was saying. So we'll see what that turns out. That's kind of cool. Pretty cool that you could do that. It's the longest subsea power cable in the world. So it's pretty cool. Just thought I'd throw it in there. And then space race is another one. I mean, if you thought the transportation was big, space race is also big. Obviously, I think everybody's heard of, everyone shooting all these rockets to Mars right now. The Arab Emirates just shot their first rocket to Mars, and I think theirs put a satellite or something up there, to gather data. But also this week, America shot a rocket. Shot another rocket to Mars. They actually put in a rover on Mars, and we'll see that here in a minute. But this is the Arab Emirates, and this is their first one to Mars. And obviously, they have a lot of money to put into the space race. And this kind of shows the projection and stuff like that. So Mars is apparently in the best orbital time right now to shoot that. So in the past couple weeks, that's why everybody's been kind of throwing everything up there. China put one up there. So there's a huge race for that. And you have SpaceX in the United States. You have the new Space Force. So it's a huge space race right now too. It's like car race and space race. And there's a lot of cool technology being pushed forward right now. So it's pretty interesting. And there obviously it's always good to have other countries and different views and different people creating different things. Good competition out there. You always get the best results out of it. Whether we should be going to Mars and looking at Mars, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we have a lot to focus on here, but it'd be interesting to see what happens with this. And a lot of companies, a lot of the world is spending a lot of money trying to go to Mars right now. So this is the United States rocket we shot off. This is part of the Mars 2020 mission. So pretty cool. And it definitely drives, things like this definitely drive. This is, things forward in other areas as well. So it definitely drives, the economy and stuff forward too. So this is a picture from the rocket. This is the rover. This is the rover that's going to be landing on Mars. It's got a lot of cool stuff on it. Good cameras. The cool thing about this is going to be the first. This is also going to have a helicopter attached to it in the rover, and they're going to put a small little helicopter in there as well. They plan on this actually probing Mars and actually grabbing stuff from Mars this time, which is the first. I think it's the first rover on Mars, unlike just pictures and stuff like that. I think I'm not sure, but this is going to be the first flying vehicle at least on another planet. Another planet, not the moon, not another moon or anything. But this is pretty cool. So it's gonna, be a small little drone helicopter. That'd be interesting, fly. That would be really kind of cool, just sitting there on my computer flying a little drone that's at Mars. Like, that's really cool. That's really cool. So interesting. It's just some cool tech that a lot of smart people came up with, and it's interesting to see what they've done, what you could do. I mean, just to say that you did it, and that you met all the challenges, and that you put something on Mars, and you're just running it around and flying it or something on Mars, just to see just to see what it is. It's like, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, here's another one. This is kind of in the construction field. So this street in Europe, in the UK. This is I think this is the first one. I don't know if it's the first one, but this is part of this new street in the UK. They added in. They were tasked with putting in new inventions, and they put 240,000 recycled plastic bags. Trying a way to use recycling materials into construction. So I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. It's not made totally of it, but it's put in the asphalt of the road. I think it's supposed to help with potholes and it makes it more flexible. Obviously, put plastic in there. Pretty soon it'll be all like plastic roads and recycled bottled roads or something. But it's interesting to see just different ways and different technology in construction, and I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. It's a new technology, new try, but I don't know. But I don't know if it's going to stand up or not, because I don't know about you, but sometimes I use plastic bags and sharp things just poke right through it. So I don't know if somebody would use something sharp or anything like that, and it would just poke right through the asphalt. But we'll see how that turns out. So that's interesting. Okay, so some good, bad news. I think we all expected this. CES this year will be online only. I think every big major conference is like completely shut down. It's all online only. E3 for gaming, online only. So CES this year, 2021, it'll be online only as well. I think these CES is usually in January. Have never been to CES myself. I'd like to go. It's pretty cool, but it's time and money, stuff like that, and it's a vacation day and stuff like that. But hey, support this channel and we can go to CES or something like that. So, all right. So, but it'll be cool to see how we'll do some as the tech rolls out from CES. This is obviously, if you didn't know what CES is, that's where like all the big TVs and all the technology comes out. Flying cars, wide range. It does kind of stink for smaller companies, because that's kind of where they get shown off, and people can like hold it in their hands and say, oh yeah, okay, this is way better than this other one or whatever, because you can see it and you can feel it and you can touch it, and that's important with technology, because you can't always trust what you see, and you don't want to just buy stuff online. It's hard to buy stuff online, and test out a new technology or something like that. So there's some things you just need to see in person. So I mean, it will obviously hurt a lot of people, but obviously it's important for everyone to be safe during the COVID stuff. So we'll see what the cool tech comes out of 2021. Hopefully there'll be a lot of stuff there. We need the economy to do good here, with COVID. Even though I know a lot of manufacturing stuff is down, so it'll probably hurt a lot of product launches and stuff like that. We'll see how CES goes. So, but also a lot of companies need to put out a lot of stuff, so it may be a good presentation for a lot of companies. So this is just a small little update. NVIDIA GeForce Now, which is online streaming, game streaming, kind of competing with Google Stadia, which is really not a competition. NVIDIA GeForce Now is way better than Stadia. Google Stadia is just kind of a flop right now. But I've actually been testing out GeForce Now for a couple days, and it's actually pretty good. I'll do a review on it here, but I plan to use the service, at work, so I can, video game during my lunch breaks and stuff like that. But there was a problem. One of the big problems was finding all my games that I had, on Steam or elsewhere. And I'd have to go online and just look through a big list of games, that supported GeForce Now, and then you'd have to go to your library and see what you have, and then type it in. So the few games I have on Steam since I switched to the PC, now I just tried this out. The sync does happen automatically, and you do need to have one of your settings set to public, with all your games and everything like that set to public, which is, don't see why you would have to do that. Don't understand why NVIDIA makes you do that with Steam. Probably for I don't know, but seems like a unnecessary thing to make you have to do this. But it was nice that I did the just unclick that one box of a privacy setting real quick in my Steam account, and this took 2 minutes to do, and then it automatically synced all my Steam games to my NVIDIA GeForce Now. So that was good. Nice little update there they did. And if you just so you know, if you are someone that your kid or you have a cheaper, I guess a downgraded PC, and you want to upgrade your PC, like one of the top tier PCs, and you have a good internet connection at home, NVIDIA GeForce Now may be really good for you. And NVIDIA GeForce Now just had a combination, I guess, with Steam. So now you can get all your Steam games and stuff on NVIDIA GeForce Now. So they're going to be big competition to Xbox xCloud. We don't know what Xbox is going to call their game streaming service. But GeForce Now, it's basically right now you have two video game streaming services that are worth anything. Is Xbox xCloud. When that comes out, it's not out yet, but it's going to come out here, I think, September, I think. And some people are actually already testing it, which is really good. So they're kind of going through a testing period, and good feedback from that. And then NVIDIA GeForce Now, which they've been more focused on like PC gamers, and capturing a broader audience. And it's pretty good service so far from what I've experienced. I'll do a full review, so if you want to see that review. But anyways, it's just a small little thing there. And then I think our last topic here is the Galaxy Unpacked event. If you have a Galaxy product or looking for a new phone or a new Galaxy product, if you're in that ecosystem, I am not. I've never had a Galaxy phone or anything like that. But a Galaxy Unpacked event, and I think people already know, it's kind of like Apple products. Like, there's so many leaks and stuff out there that we already know what Apple's going to announce. Well, we have a screenshot here of 5 products. Looks like another Galaxy Note, another Galaxy Fold, Galaxy Watch. I think that's a Galaxy Tab in the back, and then the little case down here at the bottom is the Galaxy earbuds. And I was looking into those. They look totally weird. They're like little beans. Don't. Oh no. I'm not wearing a mask. Oh no. Help me. No, I'm not sick. Excuse me. But those are the little earbuds, truly wireless earbuds. So they can get some new earbuds from the Samsung Galaxies. And the Galaxy Buds, I was going to get those, but the first ones they came out with, you had to have a Galaxy device, which was kind of weird. Or you had to have a Galaxy device to at least set it up, which was kind of weird. I think the version 2 of the Galaxy Buds Plus, those got some really good reviews, and they look pretty good. And I was actually going to get those. And before I saw the CES Evos, which I have a review of, so check that review of those CES Evos. The Skull Candy CES Evos, Evo. But those were the ones I got were only $60, and I bet these are probably going to be $200. So it'd be interesting to see. Truly wireless earbuds are awesome. If you don't have some truly wireless earbuds and you listen to music or listen to shows or listen to YouTube, definitely get yourself some. You can get some, like I said, Skull Candy CES Evos for $60 now, which is just incredible. And they have great battery life, and they have you can use them either ear, just one individually. So some great features there for that price. But if you're looking for on the high-end market, you get the new stuff coming out. I would look in the high-end market if I could, but it's not worth it for me at this time since my other one's broke. But anyways, so all right, so that's the weekly tech news. Episode 1. We'll get some more cool stuff out here. Try to do it every week, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see how, we don't want technology to interfere too much into our lives, but it is a tool for us to use to do a lot of things, in life, and improve our life and other people's lives, and I hope you feel the same way.